Hello and welcome to Under the Lights, the boxing talk show brought to you by Sportology TV with myself, Ali Drew. On the last episode, we were joined by the new WBC Super Lightweight World Champion, Chantelle Cameron, and we got some predictions for the Lomachenko Lopez fight. Safe to say that most people were surprised by the results. But on today's episode, we have one of Chantelle Cameron's stablemates. It is a heavyweight who is returning to the ring on October 31st on the Chisora Usyk undercard. We are delighted to be joined by the White Rhino, David Allen. Dave, how are you doing into final week of camp? Is that right?
Yeah, I'm here till Friday. Obviously, we're in Manchester, but Manchester may be going into a tier 3 lockdown, you know.
What does that mean for your training, though?
Well, we're in the Premier Inn, so we're not sure, you know. My food's all sorted, but I'm not really sure what it means, you know. It's the times living in are crazy, because obviously if it was a normal time, we're getting on with it, but obviously there's a worry whether the hotel's going to shut down, or we're going to be able to, you know, get the food and go out and get stuff like bottles of water, you know, stuff like that. Is the hotel going to remain open? So, but at the minute, you know, we're just carrying on as normal, and we've just been dropped off by Jamie after training, so everything's going really well.
When are you going down to the bubble? When do you actually go into that fight bubble?
I go next Tuesday. I take Danny Morrell with me. Jamie's going to come Thursday. Nige comes Friday. Mick comes Friday. The full team will be there from Friday night. So they're Tuesday. You know, obviously, and that's a new thing as well. You know, the nerves. I've got to, not only have I got to fight and everything else, I've got to pass a corona test. You know, there's a lot of nerves involved with that as well, because if you don't fight, you don't get paid. It's nearly Christmas time. You fail a corona test October 31st, probably won't box again until next year. I've not really had a proper fight since David Price 18 months ago. Could be, you know, if I fail a corona test, it could be 2 years out of the ring, more or less. You know, I've only had 2 rounds in a year and a half, so there's you know, I'm more worried about the corona test than the fight at the minute. Badly enough to say.
Has it affected the way you're behaving? Like, are you careful? Are you even more careful being around different people?
Well, not really, because between me and you, and obviously everyone that watches this as well, obviously, not between me and you, I'm sceptical about the whole thing. Obviously, we're not talking conspiracy theories, but I'm sceptical about it. But yeah, you know, I take the precautions, and I just go by the guidelines that were set by the government. I wear my face mask, you know, I do all the rest of it, and whatever will be. If I fail the test, I fail the test. If not, then great, we're fighting. But obviously, it's an extra worry, I think, for all boxers, especially after Savannah Marshall missing out on her fight last week, and other fighters missing out. It's an extra worry.
You're fighting Christian Hammer, is that right? How much do you know about him?
Well, the Hammer fight. This is a what's it we're looking for? Exclusive. I think the Christian Hammer fight. I think the Christian Hammer fight is off.
Okay.
Due to COVID. On his
He's
part.
got it?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
So, you know, the last 2 or 3 days we've been looking at other opponents and stuff in case Christian can't fight. But again, it could be a false negative again, and you just don't know, do you? So again, it's another COVID related nuisance, I guess. So we're looking at other opponents, but as it stands, we're none the wiser, you know. So my first and last spar of camp, apart from the Usyk sparring, is Thursday. But I'm not 100% sure I'm fighting, so we're just going to spar to get sharp, get my timing and stuff, and we'll see. Hopefully, I'm hoping today or tomorrow we'll have a definite, whether it's Christian Hammer or someone else.
Oh, so he's not 100%. You're still waiting to see whether it will be him or potentially someone else.
I think it's more likely to be someone else, but it's a shame really, because the Hammer fight was one that excited me. He's 13 with WBA, and it would have put me back in the top 15 in the world. And now it's a case of waiting. I've been offered, you know, names have popped up, you know, southpaws, unbeaten Americans, big knockout records. You're not sure how good they are, and it's a difficult position to be in. I've seen Lewis Ritson the other day with Vasquez. You know, Lewis Ritson's a good fighter, but Vasquez was all wrong for him. The last thing I need is a 6'6" southpaw for America, unbeaten, coming over and beating me. You know what I mean? I'm thinking I'm fighting Christian. I'm 6'2", 19 stone, going to walk straight onto me. Next thing you know, I could be fighting a fella who's going to run away from me all night, and I get beaten you're back to square one again. I'm already at square one. I'm going negative square. So I don't know. It's a stressful time, but I'm definitely, whatever happens, I'm fighting. Because whether it's the other side of the ring, I'll box them anyway. I've proved that in the past. I'll box whoever, but obviously I'm hoping it's going to be the right opponent. But we don't live in an ideal world, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, obviously, hopefully you'll get an opponent news soon. How important is it for you to get back in the ring? Obviously, as you say, you had the fight in February, but even you've been sort of inactive. Obviously, this year's been a sort of no-go with boxing. But how important is it for you to get back into the ring, and how excited are you?
Well, it's difficult. I boxed David Price, and I retired. I did retire. Then I thought, you know what, I'll have another go here. If I pass all medicals, I pass all the medicals. But in passing the medicals, I was concussions on my spine. I suffered with paralysis, and these aren't just run-of-the-mill injuries. These are career and life-threatening, and not not life-threatening, but life-altering. Injuries. I would hate to be paralysed. That wouldn't be really good. So I had to give it a lot of thought. I took the fight in February, 6 rounds. It wasn't against a world beater, but I was still nervous, and you still got to beat the man in front of you and got the job done. And I think I was penciled in to fight on White Povetkin or Usyk Chisora in May. It was both in May. I was penciled on one of them, and I said to Ed, look, just get me a big fight, mate. The Dubois fight. I was meant to fight Dubois for a lot of money. I said to Ed, look, Ed, you promised me if you could get me the same money to do that, and I'm going to retire. That was the plan. So obviously COVID happened in July 2019. We're now in October 2020. I've had 2 rounds. Sparred Usyk, but not really any sparring apart from that. So, but because of the times, I was going to fight Christian Hammer. Christian Hammer's a big favourite to beat me, if we're going to be honest. You know what I mean? He beat Price, he beat Tepper, he took Povetkin 12 OTs 10. And again, I just stepped up to the plate and said, yeah, you know what, I'll do it, mate, yeah. And I think with me getting a little bit older, a little bit more mature, going through the things I've been through, my fighting style's changed a little bit. I'm a little bit less gung-ho. I know I can't afford to get hit all the time because, you've only got a certain amount of miles on the clock, and I've got a few on the clock. So I think October 31st, whatever it is, I'll be putting in a career best performance. So doing well in the gym. Nothing's ever ideal. I spent a lot of time in Ukraine, had a leg injury and whatever else. But in terms of what's going on upstairs, I don't think I've ever been better. I'm in good physical shape. My weight's good. So I'm really excited for it. But it's just been nice to get back in the ring. There's been no talk of retirement. As long as I'm physically able and well enough to compete, I'll be competing. So I'm going to give it a few years with Jamie. I'm really enjoying training there, and I'm enjoying the boxing. I've got Danny training with me. He's next to pro debut for the end of the year. So I've got a new lease of life for it. And am I ever going to be world champion? Probably not, but I think I can provide a lot of entertainment, and I think I can make a lot of money out of it. And at this point in my life, I'm looking to have. I would love to get married and have kids, in a few years, and boxing is going to give me a great chance to provide a nice life for whatever that may be. So, just got to stick at it and see where we go.
So you are training with Jamie Moore now and Nigel Travis at that gym. How is that going? How is that sort of changed you? Since you, I presume you moved there and then had to stop training because of coronavirus.
Yeah. Well, if you look at the trainers I've had over the years, I was on the GB squad for a little bit. Robin McCracken, Richie Woodhall, as a pro. I've had Darren Barker, Peter Fury, Brendan Ingle, Dominic Ingle, Kev Sanders, who trained Nigel Benn. I've had some of the best and biggest high-profile trainers in boxing, and all good trainers. But Jamie, for me, I think Jamie's the right fit for me. The way he does things is how I like it done. It's relaxed. We graft, we train hard, but a lot of it's thinking, and I like that because he believes in a lot of the same things as me. When we go in the gym, we're there for boxing. When you go to a boxing gym, it's a boxing gym. You're not there to get fit, but you'll get fit by doing your boxing training. On the night time, you run, you have a walk, whatever. And I just like the way he does it. I like him as a fellow. He's my kind of bloke, so I respect him because he was a great fighter, and I respect him as a bloke. So I'll happily run through walls for him. Nige is a really nice bloke, and Nige is the perfect number 2, I think. It's a bit like Alex Ferguson at Mike Fielding at United when I was a big fan. I love him, Brian Kidd. I like him, and I want to work hard for Jamie, and got a lot of respect for him. So just going really well. And like I said, I've had lots of great trainers, lots of great boxing people, but Jamie, I think, is just the right fit for me. And I think that happens with every boxer. There's always a trainer that's the perfect fit for you. And I'm not saying Jamie's the best pad man or he's the best at this, the best at that. But I think overall, for me, it just fits perfectly. It just fits perfectly well.
Well, you said that you were sparring in Ukraine with Usyk. Just talk to us about that, and obviously his fight against Chisora. What are your sort of thoughts and predictions on that?
Well, the sparring was hard work. It's very good. You know, he moves like a middleweight, and he just moved. I sparred with him. I sparred really well. I had success with him and whatever else. But I was there to do the rounds I was sparring. I wasn't aware I was fighting on the 31st for the first couple of spars. So in between spars, I'm sat on my fat ass, just relaxing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not worried about anything. I'm there to spar. I'm going to be on the ball with my sparring because I don't want to get beat up. So I sparred really well, but at the same time, you know, he let me know that he was the boss every spar. His feet like good. He punched pretty hard. He pretty much got everything. I don't think he's got the physical strength or size to beat the Furies or maybe the Joshuas and the real big elite men in the heavyweight division. But the Chisora fight is interesting. I think Usyk is by far the better boxer. I sparred Dereck as well. But I'm very confident that if Dereck hits him, Dereck will take him out. But hitting him, as I realise in Ukraine, is much easier said than done. So I'm very intrigued by it, though. You know, I see a lot of people thinking that it's going to be an easy job for Usyk, and I think in parts of the fight it will look easy because he was so much quicker and so much more athletically gifted. But if Dereck, he's only got a long one shot, Dereck. He's got 36 minutes to do it. So I'm intrigued. But by the same token, it wouldn't surprise me Usyk flattening Chisora either, because he can definitely punch himself, as I can tell you.
So obviously you're part of Jamie Moore's stable. He's had quite a lot of success in the last few weeks with his fighters. Obviously Chantel Cameron winning the world title. Mark Leach on the weekend performed very well. Just talk to us about that and sort of the stable of fighters that you're training with.
Well, you know, we don't always train together. I've only seen Chantel once since I joined Jamie's gym. But it's nice to see the success coming from the gym. It's nice to see, obviously, Jamie's doing something right, you know, and that gives me confidence as well. I've trained alongside Mark a lot, super talented, and it was great for him to get his rewards the other night. But the gym is full of talent. This morning there was me and Danny was training him, and alongside us you got Jack Catchell, Martin Murray, Sean McGoldrick, and Martin Murray's one I've looked up to for years. You know, he's been around the game. We boxed Gennady Golovkin. We were talking about the Golovkin fight earlier. Martin Murray's tying my gloves, telling me, "You boxed everybody, mate." Oh my God, it's great that you boxed everybody. I'm looking at him, you boxed Golovkin, you boxed George Groves. What are you talking about, mate? Why are you telling me that I boxed everybody? You boxed everybody. What are you talking about? So it's just great to you know, for me to be alongside Martin Murray and Jack Catchell. You know, never mind Danny. And Danny's through here training with them as well. It must be unbelievable for him because it's great for me. You know, and so I don't know what he feels like, but definitely spurs you on. You know, and I think it pulls out a few more lows out of me when I'm training.
Is Danny there? Are you saying it as if he's there?
He's sat next to me now eating.
Danny, how is it training with all those people? Let's ask him.
I'm stuck to the thing.
There's not in my teeth because I've been eating.
How is it training in the stable of fighters that you're with?
It's great. I'm just watching them all the time. It's great me training with Dave, never mind the rest of them. So I'm just like my brain's a sponge and I'm just taking everything in, just like Dave.
When are you hoping to fight?
I'm hoping to fight December 6th. I have a debut in December 6th, so I'm training for that at the minute.
Exciting. What's it like having Dave as like your mentor?
It's been great. He's taught me everything I know so far. It's like I didn't at 15. I were a fan of Dave, and him being my trainer and my best mate, and taking me to these type of gyms, and you know, him saying that I can be a British champion and things like that. It's like a dream come true. So I'm working really hard, and I'm hoping that I'll be fighting on December 6th.
It's nice to see you both being sensible, because I always watch you on social media, and you're always just messing around all the time.
Yeah, we are. But when we're in gym, we do work hard. So yeah.
Did you watch the boxing at the weekend?
No, I didn't get a chance to watch it because I were
Controversy.
training.
Dave, did you watch the fight, the Lewis Richmond fight?
I'll get back to Dave now.
Yeah. Did you watch the Lewis Richmond fight?
Yeah, I was quite vocal about me and Lewis are friends. I really like Lewis, but
What did you think of it all?
well, I thought he got well beat. To be honest, at the final bell, I just thought the other fellas won. It wasn't even one of them where it was like it's close, it might go to it's in custody, they don't fight it. It was just like he's obviously got beat, and I was good for him. But it's just one of them. It's like people write everyone off when they get beat, but Vasquez is a really good fighter. He was world champion. He had like 10 defences, and he's the wrong side for Lewis. I messaged one of the fellas on Matchroom before the fight, and I said, Lewis is going to get beat here. Like Vasquez is going to beat him. It's all wrong for him, and he went, "No, I think he'll stop him." I said, "Well, we'll see, won't we?" Anyway, so he was right anyway, winning in the end, I guess, officially. But yeah, you know, it makes a mockery of it. You know, people get turned off by stuff like watching stuff like that. But all in all, it ruined a good show because I really enjoyed the show. I thought it was really a lot of the favourites got beat.
Yeah, it was like the underdogs were winning on the weekend.
Well, Joe Laws got beat, but it wasn't a massive shock, I don't think. The other fellow who boxed was good. Like you say, again, Joe's got beat. There's no reason why he can't come back, but yeah, he got beat, and Thomas Patrick Ward as well. He got a draw over Somber. I thought Somber won, but the girl that was on first, Scotland, she looked good, and it was good night of boxing. But again, the written result, it is about taste in your mouth. And I'm Lewis's mate, but I'm sure when he gets home and he watches the fight back, he'll probably think, yeah, I got off with one there, and you know, it's not Lewis's fault that the judges were. I wouldn't say incompetent. I'd just say, I don't know. I would just question what they're watching, especially the 117, 111 card. But you know, Lewis will move on. People will forget. We've got short memories, and there we go. In 6 months, it's probably chalked for another win or two and fight for a world title, and this will be all forgot about. So that's life, I'm afraid.
Have you seen the footage of? I think it's Terry O'Connor.
Yeah, well, I've seen it, but I weren't sure if it was a phone or not.
I don't think it's a phone. I think it's a notepad. I think it's his scorecard.
I'm not one to shoot the messenger. I'm not one to like. I'm not going to jump on someone straight away without knowing the facts. So everyone was asking me Sunday morning, "Have you seen this? It's a phone." I said, "Well, I'm not sure it is a phone. If it's a phone, they'll fight. He's gone. If it's not a phone and it is a notepad or it is a scorecard, and the facts will come out. So stop being a grass."
Do you think that there needs to be sort of a look at the way that judges are scoring you? Because some of the scorecards, you know, talk about the Ritson fight and other fights recently have been questionable. Do you think that it sort of needs to be looked at a little bit more? Because there seems to be more robberies or more decisions that are questionable.
Well, if that fight was in Newcastle, everyone would say, "Why don't the judges go in another room and watch it in silence or put earplugs in?" But it was in the studio with no one there, so that argument's gone. I don't know what you can do really, because people say, "Oh my God, Eddie M must be paying him." Eddie, if Ritson got beat, I'm not being funny. Eddie's Eddie's fight, but Eddie wouldn't really care really. If we're going to be honest about it, it's not Anthony Joshua who's making the millions. It's Lewis Ritson. Lewis Ritson's a lovely fella, big fella in Newcastle, but Eddie ain't going to lose any sleep Ritson getting beat. He's just not. Like if I get beat next week, Eddie's going to go, "Well, that's a shame, but we move on. Let's hope Chisora beats Usyk." Or, you know what I mean? Like that's just life how it is. That's not a dig at anyone. That's just how it is. So Eddie's not paying anyone off to do it. What it is I think there's a lot of perks in being a judge and a referee. You know, you get some lovely trips away, you get your expenses paid, and it's nice. And I think it's just like, you know, I get to the own final, got more chance of getting us back, that kind of thing, more than anything else. And I don't know, it's difficult to say. I'm not in Terry O'Connor's head or whatever, so I can't say. I don't know what he's saying. You know, I miss it. My old coach McMartin was in Ritson's corner. I said, "Why did you see it, Mick?" And he said, "To be honest, I thought Vasquez wasn't landing very clean and Ritson was landing the clean shots." And I said, "Well, I thought the fella won." And Mick just put, "Well, yeah, everyone's saying that." So I don't know. But I don't know. It's difficult saying it. I'm not right about everything, you know. But the overriding opinion seemed to be that Lewis got beat and it was a bad decision. So I don't know.
Well, we can't not talk about the Lomachenko Lopez fight and that result. A shock to most people, I would say. Were you surprised by that result? Were you expecting it? What do you think?
Well, you know what? I've seen Lopez before, and I thought, it was really good. I went to Ukraine, and there was a fella there in Usyk camp, and I got talking to him about it. And we were talking about the Brady Storkos fight in the first week, and he called it bang on right. He said Brady's will win, and he said he told me why he'd win, and he won because of that. And I thought, right, okay, interesting. And the second week, we got talking about Lomachenko Lopez, and he said, in broken English, obviously, but I got the gist of it. He said, I said, who's going to win? Lomachenko going to win. So I thought, I'm in Ukraine with Lomachenko's mates. And he said, I don't think so. So I've looked at him straight away and I thought, that's interesting. I said, why not? He said, Lomachenko's the best fighter in the world, but he's a featherweight. He said, Lopez is too big for him, and I think Lopez will beat him. And that was it. So I've been telling everyone Lopez will win. Because this fella, he said Lomachenko can make featherweight still. He can eat on the day of the weigh-in at lightweight. You can't beat a fella that's going to weigh in, get in the ring at 10. Lopez probably got in the ring over a stone heavier. And he's an elite class fighter. So no matter how good Lomachenko is, he's not going to beat a fella that's a stone heavier than him.
What do you think's next for Lomachenko then? Obviously, some people are completely writing him off, but do you think he just needs to sort of regroup and go again, maybe at a different weight?
Well, I think he should go back down to super feather. People writing him off, it's crazy, isn't it? He's still one of the best fighters in the world. He's probably still the best fighter on the planet. You lose a fight to a fella that's stone bigger than you, and you're no good. I told the story the other day. When I beat Lucas Brown, I got out of the ring, went to changing rooms. I went back to the hotel, the Intercontinental Hotel. Lovely hotel, isn't it? It's our favourite hotel. Anyway, so I'm in the bar. I was in the bar for 20 minutes, and I got sick of listening to everyone bullshit. You're going to be world heavyweight champion, Dave. You're going to be the best. Give me your number. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And in the weeks and a couple of months that followed, JD Sports, Champion, Tesco, the biggest companies you can think of, they're all in touch, they're all sponsoring me, they're all doing this and that. So anyway, some are sponsoring me, some are sending me stuff, some are doing this, and people want to be involved, people want to be mates. So anyway, we're going into prize fight week. Again, it's getting bigger, money's coming in. We're doing this, I'm going to do this, beat Price, we're going to do this, you're about to perfect him. Lost to Price in the hospital, come back, the week after the Price fight, all them sponsors have gone. Not heard a thing from the companies. I've got about, people texting me, worried about me obviously, but just completely gone. You're not going to be, you're the worst fighter ever. My Twitter was full of, you're not even area level. 10 days earlier, I'm going to be heavyweight champion in the world. I'm going to beat Price. I'm going to box Perfect King. Beat Price. I'm top 10 in the world. It's crazy. That's just human nature. And I guarantee if we're on the 31st, the same people will be back again. You're going to be the next big thing. And that's on my level. Lomachenko is still the best, still for me, at least top 5 best fighters on the planet. He'll come back at super feather. I think he'll win another world title. I don't think he'll box forever. I think he'll have 1 or 2 more fights and he'll be done. He'll go down as one of the greats, in my opinion. But boxing fans are fickle, for the most part, and it's a shame, really. But I don't think Lomachenko cares. So I'm not too upset for him because I won't mind being in his shoes right now.
Before we finish, I just want to talk to you about some text message that you sent to Tyson Fury about his return fight. You want to fight him in December?
Well, I was on the way back from the gym with Jamie, and we were talking about Tyson and Usyk on the box. And I said, look, Jamie, I want to message you now. So I messaged Tyson and I said, look, me and you'll get it on December 5th, it'll be like Rocky 1. I should have said Rocky 2 because Rocky 1 in Rocky 2. But I just sent him a message, and he messaged me back and said, oh, beat Amir, get a big fight. And I said, so is that a maybe then? Yeah. And he just put, he put maybe, pal, rolling face. And that was it. And I got asked a question on Instagram, an Instagram question. And I just told the story, so I thought it was funny. Like, I was not even 1% of me were thinking I was going to box him. So, do you know what I mean? Just as a joke, and all of a sudden it's in all the newspapers and everything else. And funny though, isn't it?
You still haven't done it though, so potential.
Well, you never say nothing. I won't mind because I'd box him and you'd never see me again. It'd be amazing. I'd get the money and I'd be off. But I'm not going to hold my breath anyway. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Dave. It's been great talking to you, and good luck on October 31st. I hope you get an opponent in the next few days. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Under the Lights. Make sure you stay tuned. We have plenty more coming up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, like the videos, and leave us some comments, and we'll see you next time.